Hello students, welcome back to Mathfeast Java programming tutorials. In this video, I'll be discussing different members of a class and accessing them in main method. Let's see the contents. Introduction to members of a class, member variables, member methods, and then accessing members from instance methods, Java programs related to it, accessing members from static methods by creating objects, and then Java programs. Let's start. There are three main members of a class. First one is member variables, second one constructors, third one is member methods. Now member variables, again two types, static or class variables, instance variables. So member variables are static variables, instance variables. Constructors are called upon objects creation. I'll discuss about constructors in constructors video. Now member methods. There are again two types, static methods or class methods, and second one is instance methods. Member variables. The variables declared in the class are known as member variables, not in methods, in class. Two types, static and instance. Static variables are declared with the help of a static keyword. For example, static string library is equal to Indian library. Static before string library declaration. Now the contents of static variable is same for all the objects. Contents are for all the objects, it's same. Now instance variables do not have static keyword in their declaration, and example is roll number. Roll number will be different for each student. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. So the contents of instance variable is different for each object of the same class, whereas static, same. Let's see. Look at this class student, in which there are 4 member variables, the red colored ones only. Void read has index, but it is not a member variable, it is a parameter. And void disp method also has one variable int y, it is a local variable. So 4 of them are declared inside the class, not inside the method. These are member variables. Now, one is a static variable, static string college, and 3 are instance variables because there is no static keyword before the declaration of the variable. So int roll number, string name, int marks are 3 instance variables. Means each object or instance can have different values. And a hypothetical representation of objects, college for all the objects is XYZ only. But roll number for the first object 1, for student, name is some name, marks, some marks. Different. Roll number 2, name different, marks different. Roll number 3. So, roll number, name and marks are instance variables. For each instance, they have a separate copy. But college is static. For all the objects, the contents of college would be the same, whatever XYZ college. Now, member methods. Methods declared inside the class are known as member methods. Two types, static or class methods, instance methods. Static methods, just like static variables, have a static keyword, and static methods are accessed from the class itself. We will see that with the help of an example. Public static void main string args is a static method. Now instance methods do not have static keyword, and instance methods are accessed from only instance, as the name suggests. Object only it can access. So void display, no static keyword, so it is an instance method. Now look at this. The methods in blue color, that is static void display, public static void main, these two are static methods. Void read, void display, these are instance methods. Now we already know static methods can be accessed from class only. Look at the picture. Student1, in Blue Java, student1 is class. When we right click on that, we can create an object using new student1, or we can call two methods which are static methods. So static methods can be accessed from class itself. So what are the static methods in the class student1? One is disp, second one is main. Both of them are visible there. When we create an object student11 of student1 class or student12 of student1 class, right click on that, we can see two methods. What are the methods? Display and read. Both of them are non-static in nature, so they will be accessed from object or instance. Now accessing members from instance methods. How many members are there? Static variable, static method, instance variable, instance method. So how to access all four members, not the constructors, from instance method? Now instance methods can directly access any member of the class except constructors. First, it can access static variables. Second, static methods. Third, instance variables. Fourth, other instance methods. Let's see. See, the blue colored ones are instance. Red ones are static. Int xy, two instance variables. Void find, instance method. Static string college, static variable, and the next one, static void read, static method. Now void display is an instance method and it can access all four of them, first four of them. What are they? xy, find, college, and read. We are trying to display system.out.println. College is college, accessing static variable, no problems. Then second and third statements in display, accessing x and y, instance variables, no problems. Calling or accessing static method. How do we call them? Just with the name. Now read is a method. We are trying to call read with semicolon. No syntax error will be displayed. Again, we can call find method, which is an instance method. So, instance method can access any member of the class except constructor. Let's see with the help of a Java program. Okay, let's see demo instance. Here I have declared two variables. These are not static variables because there is no static keyword. They are instance variables. Then there is one static variable string college xyz. One read method which is instance. This is instance method. And this is static method. Okay. Void read, static void find. And when we access this, it will display in read method and here in find method. There is another instance variable, instance method. What is it? Display. Now display, I want to access all four of them. What are they? Instance variables, static variables. Instance method, static method. How do I access variables? I display contents. College, okay, plus whatever the variable. And then another one, I want to access instance variable. X is plus X. Again, I want to access another instance variable. Y is plus Y. Now, control K, no problems. So, instance method is accessing both instance variables as well as static variable. Now, I want to access read method. Calling, this is known as what? Calling. In user defined methods, we will discuss how to call. Just name and semicolon. So the control will go from this place, searches for read, okay, whatever is there, it will execute and comes back over here. Then I am calling find. Go to find and execute. Control goes from here, executes, comes back. And this is the end of the program. So nothing is there. Okay, control K. No syntax errors means I can access static variable, instance variables and methods like instance method as well as static method. Control K and execute display method from demo instance. New, okay, demo instance is an instance method. These two are available here. So display, when I call, college is XYZ. X is 0, Y is 0. Because I did not give any values, constructor has given these values. Then in read method, in find method. So all the members can be accessed from instance methods. Now let's see how to access other members from static methods. Static methods can directly access static variables and other static methods. They can directly access static ones only. But in order to access instance variables, instance means object. The name itself tells we need an object. The instance variables and instance methods can be accessed with the help of an object from static methods. So, object creation is an important task. If at all we want to call instance variables and instance methods from static methods. So, let's learn creating objects. The main method in public static void main string args method is a static method and JVM starts execution from that method only. So from static method, if I have to access instance methods and variables, I need to create an object. Object in CUI way. In Blue Java we have seen right click on the class new call it. So how to call in CUI way? Let's say there is a class called find in which two variables are there. Int x, y, both of them are instance. Then two methods, void read, void display. They are not static. So if at all I have to call these from main method, I need to create an object. Now how to create an object? Class name, that red colored ones. Class name followed by object name is equal to new, the class name followed by parenthesis. That is find A1, A2, A3, any name. It's an object or variable. Variable means primitive data type variables we call int x, y are variables. But for a class, if we are declaring a variable, that is known as object because it is a collection of variables. Now find A1 is equal to new find. Class name followed by object name, new reserves memory. Find is a constructor. Constructor is called upon object's creation. We will discuss this little later on. But what happens? The hypothetical representation of A1 and A2 are here. A1 is an object which is of class find, and find class has two variables. What are they? X integer type, Y integer type. Collection of variables. Similarly, A2 is equal to new find means A2 object will be declared in the memory. It has got two parts again, X and Y, and there is place to accept or read values. This is what is creating objects. Now let's go to next example. Class student is there in which three variables are there, instance variables. String name, int class, see class spelling CLAS because I cannot declare CLASS because it is a keyword. So int class, string address, name, class, address. Three variables. All three are instance. Now void read, void display. Two methods. And static void display or display. It should be display. And then static void main wants to access name, class, address, read, disp. In that case, it has to create an object. How do you create an object? With the help of class name followed by object name is equal to new constructor. So student S1 is equal to new student. Student S2 is equal to new student. This will create in the memory hypothetical representation S1, S2, two objects. S1 has three parts. What are they? Name, class, address. S2 also has three parts. Name, class, and address. Now calling the method says go to S1 area. If you see, remember, right click on the red colored object in BlueJava. Right click is nothing but dot here. So go to the object S1 dot read. Call the read method. Go to S1 area and read method. Possibly if we write statements to read name, class, and address, those will get stored in S1 area. Then S1 dot display. So with the help of an object, we can access the instance variables as well as instance methods. Let's see one more time with the help of a Java program. Now let's see demo static. There is one instance variable, static variable. One static method public static void main. Another static method display. Instance method. We already know that static methods are available to the class itself. So main will be available to the class. Control K. Close this. Main will be available to the class itself, and even disp is also available to class. Why? Because disp is also static. Okay. They are declared with a static keyword, static, static. Fine. The static methods can directly access static variables and other static methods. Okay, there is one static variable y we can access. Control K, no problems. And we can call display method directly. No problems. Control K, no errors. In order to access instance variables and methods in static methods, object needs to be declared and then only we can access. How? If I say just system.out.println by control C and try to access X, control K, it gives an error. See the error, non-static variable X cannot be referenced from static context. So X cannot be accessed. And let's try to access store method. Remove this first of all. Store, if I call, then also it gives error because they are instance methods. See, non-static method store cannot be referenced. So what do we do? In that case, we need to create an object. Before understanding object creation from here, we will shift to a Word file and then see object creation. Let's create objects for these 5. Look at the question, create an object called table. Object name is table of furniture class. If we know the class name, we can create any object. It can be T1, T2, T3, but for your information, how to create objects I'm teaching here. So, class is furniture. Furniture class name followed by object name. What is the object? Table is equal to new furniture. This is the constructor. Similarly, create an object called TV of electronics class. So, class name followed by object name is equal to new, this class name followed by parenthesis, that is the constructor. Similarly, flower class, Pansy is the object. Flower class, class name followed by object name is equal to new flower, that is the class name. Pansy is the object, flower is the class. Similarly, emp is the object, employee is the class. So, employee emp is equal to new employee. Here, library is the class, L1 is the object. So, library L1 is equal to new library. And project is the class, P1 is the object. So, project P1 is equal to new project. So, this is how we create objects. Let's go back to the program. Name of the class is demostatic. Demostatic, some D1 is equal to new demo static is nothing but creating an object of this class, demostatic class. Now, with the help of D1, D1.x is equal to 5. Let's make it a comment. Control K, no problems, because x is an instance variable. It can be accessed with the help of an object. So, D1.x is equal to 5. Then I can display also D1.x. Control K, no problems here. How to call the store method now? With the help of object, D1.store, Control K. So, this is how We access instance variables and instance methods with the help of an object in static methods. Refer chapter 2 and 3 of Basics in Computer Applications for further understanding and practice exercises. And then the next video is about need for type conversion from one data type to another and implicit and explicit type conversions in Java. Thank you.